恭喜发财! Happy Lunar New Year to all. My name is Zihao, and today with us in the studio we have two very special guests, especially for you. We have on my extreme left, Mr. Samuel Wong, trading strategist of OCBC Securities, no stranger to most of us out there. And today, new in the studio for this year, we have Miss Adelina Pang, founder of Adelina Pang Feng Shui Consultancy, with us today as well. And today, for both of them, right, they will be sharing their insights, tips for the year ahead. And given the challenging conditions that we have gone through for year 2021, it's important for us to hear from the experts what to expect in the year ahead. And having the insights and the wisdoms from our trading strategies, the tips and the tricks to handle the uncharted waters ahead from Adelina, I'm really looking forward to an exciting episode with you, everyone here today. So Sam, at the risk of sounding like a broken record from last year, right? We had an unprecedented 2021 yet again. Maybe you can share with us what's the recap for last year and go ahead, Sam.
Zihao, you might sound broken, but you're not broken. First of all, 恭喜發財 to all the friends of OCBC. 2021 has been a phenomenal year of many things that have happened. We have the COVID pandemic, we have the inflation, we have the interest rate. But most of all, the big concern, COVID. We saw governments, central bankers across the world, everyone was fighting very hard against this disease, the virus, in the form of shutdown, circuit breaker, and lockdown, just to contain the virus, Meaning to say, factory production was also affected in some way or the other. But I'm here not to tell you something that is negative. I'm here just at the color of my shirt, so bright and so sunny.
So what?
So what? Yeah, so what? Is that there is something good about 2021. There was this mass distribution and production of vaccination. You know about it. Pfizer, Moderna, And then I remember everyone was talking about how many shots have you taken, how many shots have you taken? How many booster shots, Probably only one, that you have taken so far. Suddenly, everyone was seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. It was then every country's government seems to be rushing to reopen up the cross-border and economy. That is a good problem. But when demand outruns supply, it simply means manufacturers were caught off guard big time. This leads to another new scenario, the inflations. When inflation happens, you don't have to think so hard. Interest rate will just follow behind. That is where our friend, the US Fed Chairman, Jerome Powell, is also just like me, fast losing his hair about the interest rate, Again, whatever event that happened in 2021, the COVID, the interest rate, the inflation, they are just like a movie trailer, in 2021, showing us what is likely to happen in 2022. I believe strongly that whatever problems that we have dealt in 2021, we will handle that even better in 2022.
Indeed, we will handle even better. And Sam, you're absolutely right. It has been an interesting year for all of us. And I love your example regarding the COVID. How many booster, how many shots have you taken? Because I remember my mom and dad, every time when they meet me, they'll be like, hey, have you eaten your lunch? Have you eaten your dinner? But it has been changed to, have you taken your booster shot? Have you taken your second shot? So, we know how much our lives have changed in year 2021, but from the feng shui perspective, what do you think, Miss Adelina? What do you think transpired in the year of the metal ox, which we had last year?
Well, I must say yes, indeed. The metal ox has been hard work for everyone. Everyone has a difficult time plowing through the COVID. But this year, I would advise everybody to be bold and take a leap. You will expect some unforeseen circumstances or changes or developments, but it should be a vibrant and roaring year. So stay positive and stay focused.
Stay positive, stay focused. I can't think of better words, right, Sam?
You mentioned about rolling.
Roaring start to the year of the tiger.
Voila!
Of course, of course. So Sam, speaking of roaring and like all the runs and whatnot, I've heard about these two terms, extreme bull run and extreme bear run. Maybe you could share a little bit more of what these two terms mean to us.
So how? We just have this telepathic. I just simply know you're going to ask me something about this, There are not that many super bull run and a super bear market, right? All within a cycle, We saw US had a super bull run of up 27%, on the back of vaccine productions, the low interest rate environment, and the strong US corporate reporting season. But it was a different story for the Hong Kong Hang Seng Index. At the peak of February 2021, for the whole entire year, it was down by a massive of 25%. Simply to say, it lost 25% of its market cap. Regulatory crackdown, Beijing intervention, from sector, from finance, technology, property, and even the private tutoring markets, all were affected. I'm saying that was the market of 2021. But have you noticed something very interesting for the beginning of this year? In fact, we saw that the Hong Kong market has started to outperform the US market in both ways.
Wow, outperform seems to be the trend we are heading towards, right? So Adelina, just now Sam spoke about the extreme bull and the extreme bear runs, right? In the world of feng shui, are there any extremes that's coming our way this year?
Well, I would say this year, because under the Li Chun Apache chart this year, you see a lot of water elements. So there's an indication there could be a lot of natural disasters, hurricanes, tsunamis and stuff. So we should actually pay attention to health innovation and sustainability.
Excellent. So we have to pay attention to health and sustainability for the year ahead. And what element will the year of the tiger be this year?
This year is said to be a water tiger year. There is like I said, a lot of water element. So I would say the earth element would be doing well because water is the element star of the wealth star of earth. So earth would be relating to real estates, and of course with the cooling measures and better, more attractive mortgage rates, this year you should see more buyers. And so is also life insurance.
Excellent. So for our friends out there looking to purchase their first, second, third, fourth, fifth property, right? Looks like the year of the water tiger is the year to go. And of course, Sam, as a former fund manager, what are your thoughts on the potential winners? Are the property market, healthcare something we should be looking at, Sam?
If you were to take the cue from what happened in 2021, let's not go too far. Let's zoom in the area of vaccination. So there will be little doubt and concern that the market will likely to focus on the theme on cross-border and economy to be reopened again. For that, the focus point probably will be on the hospitality sector, the financial industry, the property sector, the commodity sector. And we mentioned also in 2022, it will be a year of interest rate hike talk. So naturally, the market might even have more focus on the financial related sector, take for instance, the banking. For customers who are seeking a high yield environment, high cash hot company could be another key focus point.
Excellent. So, Adelina, now that we have heard Sam kind of give us a snapshot of the year ahead, right? I know when it comes to feng shui, there could be situations or time frames that we should be more cautious. So, for the year of the water tiger, what are the things to look out for, the time frames to look out for?
Right. This year, because it's the water tiger year, I would say you need to be careful of the month of the monkey because there's a direct clash. And the monkey month is actually the 7th lunar month. That's in the month of August. So just be a bit more careful in what you want to invest in. Diversify your portfolios.
Diversification.
Keyword.
Wow, you almost tripped myself out there. So you're saying 7 lunar month, which is of course August, is the time to take note of. Just now, while we're having breakfast, I remember Sam mentioned something about August, towards the second half of the year. Something major is coming up, right, Sam?
So how I'm saying all the while, you know me for so many years, I am so sensitive to figure. When you mention about the 7th month of August itself, the lunar year, it just leads me to think is, hey, we are not that far away from another key event that's going to happen in the second half of the year. That is the US Midterm Election on the 8th of November. As for now, the interest will likely to focus on the inflation, interest rate. But I guess moving towards the second half of the year, the market will move towards the concern of how well the Democrat is able to capture more seats on the House of Representatives, and how aggressive are the Republicans going to retake the senator seat. But my take and my feel is, so how, just like what the market has been watching, it is going to be a neck to neck. There will not be any clear-cut winners, meaning to say, uncertainties will prevail, and market generally do not like uncertainties.
Well, I must say, it's important to keep a clear head at all times and adapt, embrace change, and make the best out of everything that comes your way.
Making the best out of everything that comes our way. Sam, advice we need to live by. And of course, now that Sam has touched on a superpower, which is US, I want to bring our attention to the other superpower, which is of course China. So, Adelina, I would love to have your thoughts about the potential rise and revival of the two Asian tigers. We have China and Hong Kong, who I would say did not have a great 2021. From the feng shui perspective, right, what's in store for these two markets?
Well, looking at the chart of the China leader head, Xi Jinping. Yes. This year, I see his chart is blessed with many auspicious stars. And of course, this year, his element, being a strong fire, would also be positive this year. So I usually relate when a world leader, he's having a good positive chart that year, a strong chart that year. Generally, the country will do better.
Things will look better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. So of course, we are hoping that Joe Biden and Xi Jinping both have an incredible year ahead, and they will collectively save the entire world from this little crisis that we are going through. And of course, speaking of saving the world, right? Sam, I noticed that OCBC Bank and OCBC Securities have both been going big into the world of ESG, environment, social as well as governance, when it comes to contributing back more to the society and to the environment. What are your thoughts on that?
How, since day one that you know me, I've been a big fan of OCBC, especially when the bank has taken a leadership role to enhance and promote the concept ESG. If you have noticed that over the increasing years itself, that ESG has becoming a heavy and dominant concept, but I guess in years to come, it will even be more active. Companies have been increasingly seeking their presence to be involved in the corporate social responsibility, that is the CSR, to be more socially and environmentally responsible. It seems to me that companies do not only dabble, and concern about the bottom line, the every dollar and cent, but they do concern about how responsible they are towards the social environment. ESG, the word concept, is not only about environmental. The capital word G, so how, you got to be watchful. It stands for governance. That is about reliability. You wouldn't want to invest in a company that is here today and tomorrow you're not even sure whether they will survive or not. And we also know for the fact is companies have been getting so consciously involved in the ESG ranking. I'm saying if the big boys, the financial boys, are into this concept ESG, then why not you involve as well?
Excellent. So of course, it's heartening. It's a great sight to see more companies getting involved in CSR efforts to contribute back to the environment, to do more when it comes to ESG initiative. And we are glad to be leading the fight, leading the charge on that front. And of course, Sam, again, back to you. From your trading perspective, right, what would you like to share with us when it comes to financial wellness, the ability to ensure that you safeguard your financial health? Because not only is health is wealth, wealth can also be health, right?
Well, for most of my webinar, I'll take about 3 to 5 hours just to dabble on this topic. But for you, let me summarize a few short pointers. First of all, is that the market is not only about fundamental analysis. It is not only about technical analysis. It's about noises. It's about knowing what is surrounding you. It's about volatility that you have to be concerned. I am simply saying the market over the year has become more dynamic, more volatile. You need to embrace a basket of tools just to make you to be a better investor or traders. Next, greed and fear. What about fear? Something you know about. In year 2000, the Asia financial crisis. 2003, the SARS crisis. 2008, the Lehman subprime crisis. And the most recent, COVID pandemic. What are your thoughts now? My dear friends, do not need to think so hard. No, let me share my thought with you. It was a painful experience. Bearish moment, Everybody was talking about something that you do not want to remember. I remember during those periods, holding a stock is like holding a bomb. But let's think a little bit deeper. It was in those bad times that you have the best bargaining, of better valuation. In the most bullish market condition, I guess most uncle and auntie, will be telling you, how, Adelina, I'm simply telling you, this stock you must buy, that stock you must sell. It seems that they perform even better than a lot of strategy.
They suddenly become experts overnight. Right?
They become expert, But I'm saying, be careful. This uncle and auntie, with due respect, they are from all profession, except from being the financial industry. This is a warning sign. When you encounter this occasion, this implies the market is actually at the peak condition. There is no free lunch in the world. You just got to be careful. And the last of all is probably the most true of all. The market is always correct. It's good to have a viewpoint of your own. But I'm saying, not every time your viewpoint is correct. But when your view is not in line with the market, please be flexible and change according to the market sentiment. The market is just like a running train. Do not go against it.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sam. So the 3 golden rules to live by. 1, when the markets are down, do not fear. That's the best time to get great bargains on the stock market. 2, of course, when the layman come out of the woodwork and suddenly become trading and investment experts, right? That's when you have to be very careful. And 3, don't go against the market. Yes. The market is always right. So 3 golden rules for us to live by. So I guess this is the time we let Adelina shine, because Adelina, I have a question for you. Now that we are working from home or coming back to office as life kind of try to go back to some form of normalcy, right? What are the things we should look out for in the year of the water tiger? Where should I sit? How should I face and stuff like that?
Good questions. Of course, I'm gladly to share with you the 2022 Flying Stars chart. Where are the good stars? Position yourself there. And coming back to you, I would say, yes, do not focus on the ups and downs. Keep a clear head. And importantly, get a good financial advisor like you to help me grow my money. So coming back to the 2022 forecast, I would say northeast, north, there are good areas for you to be positioned in because northeast is where the wealth star, the money star is located. So make your cold calls, your pitch, your proposals in that area. And north is where the number 1 opportunity star is. So, and it's also the romance star. So romance 人缘, okay? 人缘
Which
is
is
good.
affinity, right?
Affinity,
人缘, the
yeah,
connection
yeah,
with
that's
people.
very important. And of course, if you want to be smarter, make wiser decisions, try to position yourself in the southeast this year.
Southeast to be wiser, north for affinity, correct?
I need to check about my sitting arrangement right now. Yeah. Where am I seated right now? Yeah.
Good. And of course, it's also important to take note where are the not so auspicious stars, so that you don't have too much setbacks, right? So area that you should be aware of this year would be southwest and the center part of your home or your office. Try to keep those areas quiet, and if you can, avoid those areas.
Okay. So I suppose it works the same if I'm working from home, right?
Sure. If you can, in the southwest and the center, if it's possible, put a salt water cure with 6 coins in that area to suppress this negative star.
The coin can be any coin.
We usually use the copper coins.
Copper coin.
Yeah, but if you want to use your $1 coins, you can do so. Yes.
Copper coin like it was something like those 古代
The
kind of 铜钱
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The olden days, they used the copper coins as a form of currency.
Yes.
Those are the coins that you advise.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much, Adelina. And of course, thank you for your time here with us today on today's edition of Chinese New Year's version of our OCBC Securities Market Insights. My name is Zihao. Together, on behalf of Sam as well as Adelina, we wish you a very happy Chinese New Year for the year of the Water Tiger. 新年快乐，虎虎生威，大家虎年行大运。谢谢 ，Thank you, and we'll see you next year.